Adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. It is time to start prepping for World's Strongest Man in 2023. I want to give World's Strongest Man one more big push. I feel like I've got it in me. My body feels great. Let's get rocking. We got a lot of work left. We are approximately 12 weeks out from the 2023 World's Strongest Man, and I am in the hospital. I unfortunately came down with a very, very bad leg infection, and I got some antibiotics at home. I thought that was going to help kind of knock it out, and did not. Just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And ultimately got very painful to the point where I was having trouble walking. So I needed to come in, get checked out, and this is actually now my third day in the hospital. It's been frustrating, to say the least, in a lot of different ways. Mainly because I don't get to be home at all. I don't get to spend time with my family.
Dear Dad, we hope you get better.
Sure, cool.
Carolyn,
Does it say love?
love Dad.
Being in the hospital, one of the biggest challenges for me is food, because normally I've got access to the kitchen, can do whatever I want. So I'm very fortunate that Carrie has been bringing me meals to supplement. I've also been ordering things that I can from the menu here and just trying to make it work. Because sometimes when you battle some adversity like this, you just got to find a way. So this is just bison and rice, and I'm trying to kind of if I can get 5 meals in a day right now, that's what I'm trying to do. I mean, the goal is to kind of walk out of here having not lost a lot of body weight. This infection and all of that definitely killed my appetite. So this past week hasn't been great, but with that being said, I don't feel like I've lost a considerable amount of weight. And if I did, hopefully it'll jump right back on once I get back home and can start eating normally. So we're going to try to maintain. That's really the goal right now, is maintain while I'm in here, and make it happen. This has been mentally probably one of the biggest challenges, having to just kind of sit here by myself and think about what's in front of me and think about what I'm going through. And one of the quotes that's popped into my head that I've loved throughout my entire career whenever I've had to go through difficult things is, adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. And anytime I've gone through something tough, I always think about that, and I'm always the guy that goes out and breaks records. So that's where I'm at. That's where my head is. Obviously every meal that I eat, everything that I do in here, the times I go out and just walk around and do the little, loop here on the floor that I'm on, things like that. Just in my mind, I'm getting closer and closer to being back to what I want to be doing with training and prep. And again, maintaining that positive mindset is huge, I think, when you're trying to overcome something like this, because very easy to go negative, very easy to get down, and think about what you're not able to do. But even the slightest improvement, which we're starting to have now kind of going into day 3, is encouraging, and just got to keep rocking. So it's gonna be good. And then, hopefully at the end, the outcome is what we want it to be. But it wasn't going to come without some speed bumps, and I know in any prep there's certain obstacles, typically not like this, but I've had worse things that I've had to work through for sure to get ready for big contests, and I've always found a way. So, dude, just got to find a way. That's really what it comes down to. So, time to knock this meal out.
I'm from the lab. They sent me to get some blood work.
Perfect. Lots of blood draws today.
More earlier?
I think I got one right here. I think I got one right there.
Do you have a preference of where I poke you or do not poke you?
No.
Like, I try to give you some
I
options.
feel like at this point I've been poked so many times that just checking levels of the antibiotic. So,
Levels of the antibiotic, or that there's no,
no, they've already established that.
it's already clean.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is now just kind of checking how things are going now that we've ran a couple days here of antibiotic. So,
Awesome. Did
Yeah.
you come home?
yeah, hopefully. Need to
So,
get this knocked
good
out.
things were no infection, no abscess, and no blood clots.
No clots, yep. And then mainly the biggest thing is that it didn't go into my bloodstream. So if I would have waited potentially any longer, I think the big fear would be as it went in my bloodstream. Once it goes in your bloodstream, then it's real bad. And everybody that has came and talked to me has said that once it does that, the outcome might not be as good, meaning possible amputation. So that I'm everything I'm being told at this point is we're hopefully clear of that, and that was probably the looming elephant in the room that didn't want to deal with that, because then your leg's gone. So we don't need that.
Maybe don't
Do
even
not-
play for World's Strongest Man.
Yeah. We're not signing up for that journey. So we just got to get this guy healthy, and then we'll be all right.
It really does look a lot better.
I'm glad that you keep saying that, because
You don't
it's
think so?
no, it does from a coloration
Well,
standpoint.
it was just a lot deeper purple.
Yeah, coloration's a lot better. I guess that's probably the first
Pain
thing.
level? Better.
Pain's, it's pretty nasty. Yeah.
We'll go for a walk and then.
Yeah. The looming deadline of World's Strongest Man, my preparation was starting to ramp up so well for this, and this is obviously a speed bump that I'm going to have to overcome. Now, what I will say with that is what it has reminded me the most of is actually 2013. So in 2013, I had to have a nerve release surgery done approximately 3 months out from World's Strongest Man. And with that, I not only had to have the surgery, but I had to teach all of my fingers how to move again, how to function with my hand, and train for World's Strongest Man. So I've been telling myself as I've been sitting here, this leg infection is not as bad as that. So once the infection starts to kind of ease up, get better, I'm going to be able to get back to normal training a lot quicker, and therefore build up a lot quicker and better. So, it's that positive takeaway. I think that, for me, I'm trying to stay in a positive mindset. I've been reviewing videos. I've been thinking about training, how I can build it up. I'm just occupying my mind with those type of things so that I can turn this into a positive. Now, it would be very easy to go in a negative direction as well with, kind of getting down and being concerned, obviously, about preparation. And I hate to lose even an hour, but to lose, days is extremely difficult. So, we're gonna keep it rocking. The doctors and nurses, staff, everybody here is doing everything they can to get me better, get me back on track, and that's just part of it. So I've got to handle this first, because obviously the contest is, it's hard to say it, but it is secondary as much as I try to make it a huge priority. It's secondary to my life and my function. And, with an infection like this, I'm really lucky that I actually came in when I did, because if it were to kind of get worse from this point, then we might not be able to treat it, and I don't really want to think about the outcome of that. So, you know, thankfully I'm in. Thankfully it didn't get, it's bad, definitely bad, but it didn't get to the point where we weren't going to be able to treat it. So anyway, I've got my family here. Carrie and the boys have been here keeping me company through this, you know, which has been tough to not be around with them, but it's nice to have them here and be able to spend some time. And you know, the boys have drawn me some pictures, and they're excited for me to come home. So we're gonna keep healing up, and hopefully we can get back on the road to training for World's Strongest Man. I am still in the hospital. Today is actually day number 6 that I've been here.